As a demo and ride of probably the best value in the motorcycling world. This is a Honda VTX1300. This is probably the best bang for the buck you could possibly get in a motorcycle. We've had a few of these come through the shop. This one here is loaded with accessories and is in beautiful condition. I've never actually seen one of these have oil leaking issues or any serious mechanical issues. It's Honda designed, Honda engineered. I guess I'll start with what's been added by the previous owner. They put this really nice Mustang saddle with a backrest on it for the driver and also a backrest for the passenger, and a really nice set of high-end leather saddlebags along with the Cobra floorboards. So without further ado, let me fire this baby up. We'll take it for a ride. I'll talk about it a little bit and tell you what my thoughts are about it. And please, if you've had one of these, or if you want to comment about this bike, if you think there's any reason why this isn't the best bang for the buck in the motorcycle world today, please chime in. But it's a big bike. Honda makes 3 versions of this. They make a 750, which is the large, or we'll call it the medium, and then they make a this bike, the 1300, this is a large, and then they make an 1800, which is an extra large. And like Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, this one I would say is just right. Plenty of power. And if you're looking for a bike to ride every day and not spend a fortune on, like let's say this is the best value in the motorcycling world. Let's go to the other end of the spectrum, to like a Harley Davidson's Screaming Eagle, brand new 2019 Road King, which is a similar style bike to this one that you're going to spend $35,000, $40,000 on. As soon as you roll that bike off the showroom floor, promise you, you're going to lose $5,000 or more of resale value, which is more what this bike's going to actually sell for. And over the course of a few years, you can multiply that times 3 or 4, and you're going to lose at least $10,000 on a brand new Harley over the course of the first, an expensive Harley, one of the high-end ones, over the course of years. So with a bike like this bike's already been depreciated. You can buy this bike for under $4,000, and it is one of the best values in the motorcycling world today. The bike's 1300 cc's, basically zero maintenance, electric start. It's a big bike. I'm 6'2", and I fit on it comfortably, but it's not too big. It feels nimble on the road. A smaller rider could ride it because it's low to the ground, but it's a big boy bike here. This is not a entry-level machine. This is not a bike you're going to have to upgrade from a year or 2 down the road. And handles beautifully. It has the highway crash pegs on here, which the only thing I would add to this bike, besides maybe a stereo, is a set of highway pegs. So which is like a $30, $40 item you could put on, so you have a spot to rest your feet. It also has a windshield on it, which I like the height of the windshield. It's below my nose, so I can see over it without clouding my vision. I don't like looking through a windshield to ride. There's also another small saddlebag on the handlebar here, and it has a traditional cruiser style bars, triple headlights on the front, so tons of light at night, oversized saddlebags, and it's got the luggage rack on the back in addition to the sissy bar. So loaded with accessories, well over $1,000 of accessories. I'd have to add it up. The seat's a $400 seat. You got a $300 backrest, $500 set of bags. It adds up. The windshield. Thankfully, mechanically, this bike is like a brand new motorcycle. Only 15,900 miles. I did a little research before I rode this. I went online, did some research on a couple of different sites, and there's a lot of guys out there that have these with over 100,000 miles that have had no problems with them. Absolutely 100,000 mile motor, Honda engineered. Again, put in the comments your experience with these VTX Hondas, and if you think there's any reason why there would be a better value than this. Bang for the buck is what I'm talking about. You know, motorcycling experience, value. So, you know, to buy a new cruiser like this, you're gonna definitely, Honda or any other brand, you're gonna drop over 10 grand for sure. buying a bike that's pre-owned like this with only 15,000 miles is definitely the best way to get the best bang for the buck. The paint job, I'm not sure exactly the name of the color, but it's a bright metallic purplish color. It's beautiful. Shiny paint job. Paint job looks brand new, as does the rest of the bike. It's cosmetically in mint condition. If you want to fly to pick up this bike, where you can get an Uber from Bradley International Airport, we're only about 20 minutes away. Pick it up and ride this thing cross country. Tomorrow, if you want to leave it here at the museum, you can leave it all winter for free. Some beautiful country roads out here, and a superb day for a ride. They're having an event over here this weekend, a 4-wheel drive Jeep event, Friday and Saturday. It's awesome. I'll come down here and shoot some footage for you guys. You'll see the nicest Jeeps in the country here this weekend. We've had a lot of crazy things happen at the mill, at the museum this week that I'm not going to mention yet, but I will say one thing. I think of the Bible verse, Romans 8:28. That Bible verse I had on our construction, Rockville Construction's, my construction company's shirts, on the jerseys. Romans 8:28, God works all things for good for those that are living according to his will. What that means is, no matter what's going on in your life, if you're going through a divorce, if you are facing injury or financial issues, if you keep on doing the next right thing, what would Jesus do? You do the next right thing, always do the right thing. No matter what happens in your life, good things will happen to you down the road, and somehow this bad thing that's happening to you now will be turned into an asset. And I am living proof of that, absolutely. And I've seen that verse come true more times than I can remember. So Romans 8:28, look it up. Today's good word. So one of the things I like about the running lights on this bike, if you look, you can see my reflection in there. You can see the whole world reflecting crazily off of the running lights. It's very nice. Again, 15,900 miles, barely broken in. And let me rev her up a little bit here. Lots of pull, plenty of power. Not a bike that you're gonna be on the highway going, geez, I wish I had more power. This thing will cruise at 80 miles an hour all day long with no problem. And if you need it, it's got a great horn. Nice loud horn. Turn signals work beautifully, front and rear. Typical Honda quality. Everything works 100% on this motorcycle. Let me pull over, let the traffic go by, and we'll turn around, head back to the mill. Got some exciting stuff planned for later today. I'm bringing 6 motorcycles. We bought, in the last month, we bought over 50 motorcycles, and we're backlogged on restoration and repair work several months. So I'm actually delivering 6 motorcycles to one of my friends up in Mass, to his shop, to drop off and have him do the servicing on them before we resell them. So that's going to be a fun journey. It's about a 3-hour round trip. Going to head up there. And we're also doing a 250 shootout, the Honda CRF 250 versus the Yamaha XT230 Cero, and also a 650 shootout, a Honda 650 versus a Kawasaki KLR 650. And we're also doing a build series on the KLR. We're actually doing a modification series. We're putting a pipe and tires and chains and sprockets and a paint job and a bunch of other upgrades, which will be kind of cool on that. So we got some really great projects going on over the next couple weeks. And we're doing the 500 shootout. That's coming up next weekend. I can't believe it. It's a week from today. We'll be firing up the vintage 500s for the 2nd annual 500cc shootout at the compound. So stay tuned for that. We got guys coming from Texas. We got John Greer coming from California. James Riseborough out of Martha's Vineyard. And we've got Pete Baccarosa from the New York line, Southern Connecticut. Bunch of guys coming from all over the place, Massachusetts, Rhode Island,
We've got the Jim Boshin, the founder of Old Men That Used to Race site, is coming out of New Hampshire. So we got guys coming from all over the eastern seaboard to ride and worship the vintage two-stroke 500s. You'll see us sending it on the old bikes, which will be a lot of fun. Hopefully the weather will cooperate. This time of year, it's starting to get colder. Leaves will be changing here soon. We ride here year round. I have a snowmobile jacket that I wear and snowmobile gear, and I can ride year round. But back to this bike, the chrome is beautiful. The fit and finish is beautiful. The styling of this bike, this is a big bike. It's if you park it next to a Harley Heritage, it looks bigger than the Harley Heritage. It has great suspension, Showa suspension, front and rear, long travel suspension. The ass end of the bike has a huge balanced fender, so it looks like a vintage style classic cruiser, yet it's modern Honda technology, which that is to say bulletproof, reliable, fast, fun, and a great bang for the buck. Again, back to the original concept of this video, this bike here, which is going to have a buy it now for in the mid to high 3,000 range, you know, 3,500 to 3,900. I gotta ask Kenny how much we got into it, but for well under 4,000, you can buy yourself an extremely low mileage Honda with everything you need. It's got floorboards on the front here. It's got a heel toe shifter, crash bars, running lights, loaded with extras, options, accessories, and it pulls like a freight train, rides beautifully. You know, when I was on the forums before I took the ride, I saw some comments on one of the sites about a guy who had a new Street Glide and a Sportster, and an 09 Sportster and a 14 Road Glide, a $40,000, $30,000 Road Glide, whatever it is. And the bike he rides the most is his 07 VTX1300. It's just you know, when you spend $20,000, $30,000 on a bike, there's a certain thought like, oh, what if it rains out? You know, I don't want to get this bike wet. It's going to take me 3 hours to clean the chrome. What if it gets scratched? What if I take it to the gym and somebody opens their door into the bike and scratches the chrome? Or what if somebody steals it? You know, there's that certain concern or paranoia when you have a perfect brand new $20,000, $30,000 motorcycle, that you're not going to have that thought with this bike. I mean, for $3,000 to $4,000 range, what are you going to find that's a better value than this? That's going to be more reliable. If you know of a better bike in the $3,000 price range than this, let me know. Put it in the comments. I can't think of one in this class. I mean, you know, for I'm not talking about a enduro or off-road or dual purpose. I'm talking about, look at that building. Isn't it beautiful? I love this building. It's taken all my money and 8 years of my life, but I hope it was worth it. In the end, we'll see. Brand new roadway getting put in. Really excited about that. They're going to start paving this soon. Should be beautiful. Under the bridge. Just a phenomenal riding, handling machine. Didn't miss a beat. Performs flawlessly. We'll say this one here is definitely Kaplan America certified. This is a bike I'd sell to a friend or family member with confidence, knowing I'm not going to get a phone call, hey, it broke down or whatever. This is a bike I would recommend to my best friend. Just a great running machine. This classic 1976 Honda 750 just showed up. The forefather to the VTX, sort of. Just a great ride. Great ride, and thoroughly enjoyed it. Let me get off on I'm sure you'll see in the pictures a great view of the cosmetics of this motorcycle. You see the paint is beautiful on it. Has this nice big headlight on it. I mean, tail light. Modern looking, yet classic, if that's possible. Solid disc mag rear.
Aluminum, huge 2-in-1 header. Oh, it has Cobra floorboards in the back. I don't know if I mentioned that. Again, this is where I'd put the highway pegs on it, but nice stylish front headlight. Just a beautiful piece. Like I said, good luck finding a nicer bike for the money. This one's flawless. Front tires got 80% tread. Rear tire looks brand new. So, and the brakes are perfect. So, Mustang saddle. Good luck finding a nicer VTX anywhere. This one's all set up and ready to go. If you have any questions, give us a call, 860-454-7024. Good luck with the bike if you get it, if you're the lucky guy who ends up with this classic looking VTX 1300. And God bless America.